What's going on YouTube? Jay here with Nature's Battleground. Today I'm building a shelter, a semi-permanent shelter. It's going to be strong, it's going to be weather resistant, and it's going to last 4 seasons all through the Canadian winter. I better get to work though because I'm alone right now, but later tonight Jess is going to meet me out here and we're going to spend the night in the shelter. I got a few basic items in my ruck here. I got some water, I got some rope, some saws, things like that. And I also got a surprise for you guys that's going to help your shelter building process be a hell of a lot easier. So stay tuned. All right, I spent some time cutting through the bush there, looking for a location to build the shelter, and I've settled upon this spot here. Location's everything. You gotta make sure that there's no widowmakers, which is trees that could come crash down on you at night or in a gust of wind. And I just wanted to show a few of the things that I'll be using out here to build my shelter. One of the items I have is just some rope. It's orange, but it doesn't have to be. It's just what I had laying around the house. It's pretty strong, so I'm going to use that to lash some of the sticks that I cut down at the top of the shelter to make it nice and secure so that it doesn't go anywhere. I have that. I have a small machete with a little saw blade on the end, so that's going to help me sharpen the sticks at the bottom when I put them into the ground so that they don't move anywhere. And I can use the saw if need be to cut little twigs and such. Now, having said that, I do have a redundancy, a little Woods handsaw. Now these work great. These are awesome for processing firewood and today building a shelter. I have my knife. I always have this with me in the woods everywhere I go. Gloves for protection. And the surprise item that I'm super excited about, I haven't even tried yet. This is a gift from Jess. Check this out. A hand chainsaw. Look at this thing. Watch your fingers, but that's gonna help us build a shelter super quick and super efficiently. It's got a 21-volt battery. I got a backup battery here, and I'm gonna put this little guy to the test. I'm super excited about this. Just cleaning this stick up here so that I can get a nice straight pole to put in the ground there for my frame. And I'll use these after. I have a tarp I'm going to cover first, but then for more concealment and just for a natural look, I'm going to cover it with these sticks. Just the little ones I'm cutting off here. I can stay like that because I'm close to 6 feet tall, so that's about the height I want my poles to be. So right about there. Beauty, thing of beauty. That should about do it right there. So I'm gonna collect, I don't know, I'm thinking, well, this will be about how high it is. That'll be about the angle that it's on. So we'll have enough that we can climb in there, a couple people. But I'm gonna collect maybe 10 or so of these and lash them all together. And then I'm gonna wrap that tarp around it and secure everything in, and we'll be on our way. So I've gathered the materials that we need. I might get a couple more sticks, but I got a good amount to get started at least. I've sharpened a couple. The next step is to get this ground around me ready, which I'm just gonna take the machete that I have and just kind of chop it up a bit so that we don't have any grass or any plants inside of the shelter. So that's the next step, and then we're gonna start the construction process.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Pretty solid. All right, so I'm in my shelter. It would be good just for tonight, but we're gonna improve it. We're gonna make it so that it's gonna last here a while. I gotta fasten the tarp down to the ground. It's got grommets. So I'm gonna get some, I'm gonna make pegs out of sticks, and I'm going to put the pegs through the grommets to hold it down. And then we're gonna cover this with some brush just for some extra concealment and just for a natural look. So that's what's next. Just getting a little Y stick here, sharpening it a little bit, just so it's a little easier to stick through the grommet hole there. Should be good. So the shelter's coming along quite nice. The big thing is to try to make something that'll last for all 4 seasons now. This tarp is just a cheap tarp. It's nothing fancy, right? Just a flimsy little tarp. Now, if you did want to actually make this to last the winter, what you'd want to do is put some more sticks in here to keep the weight of the snow from collapsing your tarp and ripping a hole in the top there. Now for time's sake and just for making the video, I'm just gonna keep it simple. So maybe we'll call this a 3-season tarp, because the rain's not gonna knock this thing down, the wind's not gonna knock it down, but the snow might. And if I was planning on doing something and building with the snow, I might triple up how much wood I have here, and that would, you know, it would give us a little bit more support so that the snow could just float off. I mean, this might work. If you do it tight enough, the snow might just pile down. It is pretty sharp at the peak, so it might do its job. But yeah, we got a basic structure going here. I'm going to just reinforce the edges a bit. I've been putting some logs around just to hold it down. I've left these flaps open at the front so that I can close it if I need to. And in the winter, if you wanted, you could get a wood burning stove. You'd have to put a little patch for the chimney flute so that you don't burn the tarp down. But you can get a little wood burning stove. They sell them on Amazon. They're not very expensive. And have a little stack of wood in here and come out in the winter and be good to go. Now we just got to camouflage this thing in and we'll be good to go. Another good tip, if you're out in the bush by yourself, make yourself a good weapon with some distance on it. If you get attacked by a wolf or a bear, I mean, it's better to have something, even a little coyote or a rabid raccoon. It's better to have a spear like this to shun that thing away than, you know, just using your bare hands. Well, there we have it. 4-season shelter. Took me about 2.5, 3 hours, but it's pretty solid, nice and camouflaged in. Now we just gotta wait for Jess to get here and we're gonna camp out for the night.